The team from MyHealthToronto.com met up with Alex Waddling to discuss his charity, Ride for a Dream.
On May 1st of this past year, a friend of mine and I rode our bicycles from Toronto to Vancouver in support of ending violence against women for an initiative called Ride for a Dream. It was 4,700 kilometers over 41 days.
Now, along the way, there must have been high points, low points as well. Do you have one of each?
Yeah, definitely. I would say the lowest point was the day that we rode from Regina to Moose Jaw. It was freezing rain. All of our clothes were soaked. It was a headwind all day, and we didn't get above 15 kilometers an hour. You're working twice as hard to go half as fast, and you're feeling sore and miserable and just starving and generally quite bitter. For a high point, I'd say it was the day that we rode into Calgary. And to finally see the mountains after a couple of weeks of not seeing anything but the prairies. It's kind of like Groundhog Day. It's the same terrain day in, day out. So to finally see mountains off in the distance, it was like, we've actually made it somewhere. So it was a nice little revelation for us.
What advice do you have for people going forward that have interest in starting their own charity or contributing to a charitable event?
I think the most important thing that anyone can ever do is be educated. Find the resources that are available and educate yourself on the issue. Regardless of what maybe the cause is, there's a lot of really great causes out there. Understand the nature of the problem. One of the things I think that's been most important, especially in engaging the population about ending violence against women, is unlearning certain habits that we have and then relearning things that maybe work a little bit better. The initiative that we raised funds for last year was the White Ribbon Campaign, which seeks to end violence against women by educating specifically younger men on how to have healthy relationships with women and maybe what respect is.
Nutritionally speaking, how did you combat, your climate? What was your main source of nutrition?
Truck stops. Eating truckers' breakfasts, because at that point you have to consume as many calories as possible, and a warm meal goes a long way. Trail mix is great, but a warm meal is worth its weight in gold. So I would say, we'd pull in and we'd eat 2,000 calories in a sitting quite easily. Stacks of pancakes, bacon, sausage, toast with butter, and then chocolate milk, and just anything and everything. Was it the best option? Definitely not. Given the fact that we have a vehicle this time, it's going to be a bit more conducive to a healthy lifestyle. We're going to have multivitamins, we're going to have fish oil, things like that to really help maintain us along the way, because by the time we got to Vancouver, we were not where we could have been.
Right. Now, you touched on an important point there. What supplements were key along the way? Obviously you're going kilometer upon kilometer, and the body just can't compete with that type of demand. Was there a slew of different supplements, or was there one main one that you think was very important along the trip?
Well, the big problem for us was the fact that we had to carry everything with us. So we're pretty limited in what we could carry. If it was up to me, I would carry a lot of things that we didn't. So it really whittled it down to a very few select items. The one being amino acids, BCAAs in particular. You can drink it as much and as often as you'd like. It helps with recovery. It also gives your water something to taste.
Right.
You get pretty tired of just water all the time.
I understand that you have a future event planned as well too, right?
Yes, we do. We're going to be going to St. John's this coming summer. We're going a little bit bigger. The last trip we really didn't, the planning wasn't there necessarily in the same way. So now we have a documentary, we have a support vehicle, 4 riders, a lot more PR along the way. We're going big.
Well, that concludes our interview with Alexander Waddling. I'm Francesco from My Health Toronto and Popeye Supplements, Toronto North. Stay healthy, Toronto.